a loud, obnoxious black man. Oh! Hey! Wow! Oh! Wow! 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 Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me. Wow! I just want everybody to know Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me. Wow! 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 Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me. I just want everybody to know that Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me. That's what I'm gonna be famous for at the end of my career, is that Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me. I want everybody to tweet their mama and their mama's mama that the most fucking famous thing that I've done lately is get smacked the shit out of by Will Smith. That's right. I'm even more famous after being smacked by Will Smith than you'll ever be. I'm a loud, obnoxious black man who got smacked the shit out of by Will Smith. Ain't you proud of me? Ain't you feeling sorry for me? You gotta feel something for me, because I'm a loud, obnoxious black man who's in the motherfucking Illuminati club getting fucked in my asshole. That's right. I got my Jewish puppeteers out there talking about me doing my thing, and I'm gonna get out here. Gotta be feeling something for me, right? You gotta feel something for them, right? You gotta feel something for them. You gotta feel some way, right? The most famous thing I've done lately is get smacked in the face by Will Smith, right? The most famous fucking thing he's done lately is get smacked in the face by Will Smith. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air slaps you in the face, and we all got to talk about it, right? Because slapping someone in the face is a real big deal. We want everybody talking about this shit around the water cooler. Hey, did you see when that one obnoxious black guy, he done slapped that other black feller who's even more obnoxiouser than that other black feller? Yeah, I done seen them two obnoxious black fellers done slapping each other. Yep. They want you around the water cooler talking about it. Oh, if it was my wife and he done said that about my wife, I would have got up there and I would have punched him as hard as I could. They want you to put yourself in this scenario. Well, if he would have said that about my wife, I would have went up there and I would have hit him with a fucking steel chair, and then I would have went off the top rope and I'd have been like, oh yeah, bitch. All right. And then I'd have sent him off into the fucking ropes. And when he come back, I'd have hit him with the big boot. Ooh, right. And then he'd have been down for the count. Right. That's what I would have done. They want you to talk about what you would have done. Here we all are talking about it. Might as well somebody make a joke about it. You know how easy it is to script a slap? You know how easy it is to plan all this shit out? It's so easy. Chris Rock knew he was about to get slapped. You guys, Chris Rock knew he was about to get slapped, which is why he stuck his face out there. He stuck his face out there to get slapped like this. He's gonna slap. Oh no, now we're having connection issues. We'll be right back after these messages. All right, and we're back, hopefully. Little too much truth? Little too much truth? Little too good of an impression? I don't think that the algorithm was expecting that this white guy was about to do that good of a Chris Rock impression and tell the truth about the whole thing being fake and set up at the same time. I don't think they were quite ready. They knew I was going to talk about it, but they didn't know how well I could talk about it. So you got two Hollywood shitbags, scumbags in the club at the Oscars. Who the fuck watches the Oscars? Isn't that why they're doing this whole slapperoo? Hey, nobody cares about the Oscars because it's just a bunch of fucking sellouts and loser hack Hollywood actors. And everyone's pretty keen to the fact that they're all in a big club and that they're pieces of shit. So let's have one of these pieces of shit slap one of the other pieces of shit, and then maybe people will care about the Oscars. Works like a charm, man. I don't know about you, but I'm tuning in next year to see what happens. Maybe someone else will slap someone else next year even harder, twice as many times. I mean, it works like a charm, right? Ratings are declining. You just script some event. Suddenly the sheep come back twice as hard. Duh. Why wouldn't you do that? And there's people like, Jake, I know that it was real because I am a psychologist and the psychology of men, when Will Smith, no, you idiot, it wasn't real. It was planned. And that's why Chris Rock stuck his face out there like this, when he should have been like, whoa. So today we're going to reenact what happened when everybody calms down, including me. Got to calm down. When everybody calms down, we're going to reenact what happened. And I'm going to do this by playing the video without you guys seeing it. I'm going to play the video, but I'm only going to play it at half speed. And I'm going to basically reenact what happened. But here's the part where it gets funny. I'm going to reenact it as if it was done to actually make people believe it. So what you got was a pile of shit. What you got was a pile of shit. So instead, we're gonna reenact it, and we're gonna make it so that it could have been, and what it should have been, a much more believable event. That's what I want to give you. I want to reenact this thing and show you what could have been. So I'm going to do the what Will Smith should have done reenactment, if that makes any sense. And I haven't rehearsed any of this. I'm just going to give it a cold cock? No. I'm going to give it never mind. I'm just going to run the video. All right, here we go. So I'm going to reenact what Will Smith should have done if he wanted to make it more believable. Off the cuff. Here we go. All right. Jada, I can't wait to see you in G.I. Jane 2. Ha! I'm a loud and nervous black man. G.I. Jane 2. Ha! Wow! Ha! What? What? Huh? Huh? Okay. All right, so Chris makes the joke, and then the camera cuts over to Jada, and she's like, oh. But Will's laughing. Will's like, so when Will hears the joke, Will's like, but the camera cuts to Jada, and she's like, ooh. That's where they went wrong. That's where they screwed the whole thing up. What you should have did, if you wanted to make this more believable, if you wanted to make it look real, what you should have did was have Jada, right? She's making her face, ooh. Will Smith should have been right there with her the whole way, like, what? So here's what Will Smith should have did. When he heard Chris Rock make the joke, here's Will Smith. What he should have done was been like, what? Did he just say that about you? And then this patented Will Smith line. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. So he should have done one of these, oh, hell no, right? Oh, hell no. Now hold on. To make this even better. There we go. Got to have my jacket if I'm at the awards. Whoop. All right. Here we go. All right. So if you're in an award ceremony and somebody says something about your wife, you should immediately be like, what? And then you look at your wife and she's like, ooh, grimacing. You should be like, oh, did he just say what I think he just done said? And then she should be like, yeah, I can't believe he just done said that. And then he should be like, oh, hell no. Hell no. And then he should have did one of these. He should have did one of these. Hell no. Right? And then maybe even like threw down a napkin, picked up a napkin and be like, hell no. And then he should have pointed and then been like, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And then everyone would have been looking. He'd have had the whole crowd's attention. Everyone would have been like, what? And then he could have waltzed up there and been like, don't you ever disrespect my wife again. Boom! Ah! That would have been actually a lot more dramatic and even more believable. Even more believable. But instead, you have Will Smith when he hears the joke, Jada, I can't wait to see you in G.I. Jane 2. Instead, he's like, he laughs. He doesn't even notice his wife scowling. Cut to Will Smith up on stage. They did it wrong. Don't you understand? They actually botched the slap. It could have been done so much better. You understand, like, the moment you throw down your jacket, oh, hell no. Hell no. Right? Did he just say what I just done think he said? Right? They missed that. So to me, the whole thing was not even executed that well. If I was, let's say, Vince McMahon backstage, I'd be like, you guys left a lot out there. Could have been a lot better. Sounded like I was turning to Alex Jones instead of Vince McMahon. But if I was overseeing this, I would have been disappointed. I would have told these two puppets that they botched this situation, and I'm going to deduct 50 million fake dollars from their fake accounts. I don't know how you punish these people, really. At the next Illuminati meeting, we're going to screw you in front of all your friends, and we're going to make you drink children's blood or something. I don't know. Just kidding. Haha, it's comedy. I don't know what they do to these people. So I get around saying all this stuff because it's a comedy routine that I'm doing. This is all comedy. I want to state this is all comedy for entertainment purposes only. The same way the WWE is for entertainment purposes only. The same way the NFL is for entertainment purposes only. Hell, they script football games. They script everything. They script the outcomes of the Super Bowl. They script the outcomes of a lot of world events. Hell, they can even script war. How the hell do they do that? Well, they're the ones who set this whole thing up and they're the ones in control. So they can do a lot of cool shit when they have all the money and all the tools and all the capability. They can do a whole lot of shit. Problem is, a lot of that shit is dedicated to evil and no good stuff. And it's not looking good for those of us who are at the bottom of the chain. Those of us regular folks, not such a good thing for us. But they'll have you believe it's wonderful. All right. Hi, chat. How is everyone doing? That's my opening segment. It's been a while since I've got to go live. Do you guys know uh, I'm getting censored over on the Jake the Asshole channel? So it's been a while since I've got to go live. And over on the Asshole channel, I got a strike for doing this, just going live and talking. Can't even remember what it was I said, but something I said was no good. And so got a strike over there. And it left me with this sour taste in my mouth, and haven't been feeling super motivated about getting on YouTube and talking, because you never know when they're just going to cut you off, give you a strike, tell you you're not allowed to talk about that. You're ineligible when you talk about that. Now, see, it's funny because I can tell everybody that it's a scripted slap between Will Smith and Chris Rock, and they'll actually let me talk about that, and I'll be monetized for talking about that. But if I start slipping in other things into the conversation, like the fact that the Earth is not a spinning ball out in outer space and that it might be flat, well, now they might have a problem with that. Now they might have to get on the phone and call their agents and their provocateurs to jump in the chat and troll me at the same time. What if I was to steer this conversation towards the convoy and tell you guys that that was a big heaping pile of shit and it's just sucking down donations while doing nothing? Whoa! Well, that'll get the channel shadow banned quick as shit. Don't want to talk about that. Don't want to talk about that. That'll get the channel shadow banned quick as shit. Don't anyone mention the fact that that convoy ain't done jack squat except suck down donations while they aimlessly drive around DC for a month now. No need to talk about it because it's irrelevant. And so those who told me that these truckers are all about freedom and patriotism and they're fighting against the NWO, well, you see what happened. You see how that worked out. All right. Okay, let me do a checklist of who's here. I've been rambling, talking so much that I haven't really checked in with anyone. We got Jonna X in the chat. How you doing? Got Faith in the chat. Rose Billman. Got all my mods here in chat. All right, Dragonfire here. I got Aaron Calderon. Calderon. All right. Got all my party people here. Dominic Delete Spioto. Demora. Flying Man. J Tree. Just giving some shout outs here so everyone knows we're live and I see you. Sometimes I get caught up in my own comedy bits that I have planned out and caught up in the things that I want to say that I get carried away and I don't mention how much I appreciate you guys here in chat. I appreciate you guys being here with me. It wouldn't be a fun show if I didn't have a fun audience, and I've carefully cultivated this audience over the years. It's a specific crew of people who still care and still follow this channel. And so it's to the point now where it's mostly all good, awesome people, but every once in a while, there's still a troll amongst the bunch trying to blend in and camouflage themselves. So from time to time, I have to go back and comb through the comments, see who's saying what. That's what happens if you have a YouTube channel and you want to try to say anything. So if you want to talk about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, well, there's going to be people that'll say, you're wrong. It was totally real. And you're a shell. You're a shill if you think that it was fake because it was real. I saw him slap him. Why would they fake that? Like, come on. Like, what's the reason? What they just want us all slapping each other? Is that what you think? Believe it or not, I've had that troll who I just imitated. That troll exists. And they're out there by the bazillions, I guess, because they show up to my channel and they must be around the water cooler of every office. Oh my God, did you hear when Will Smith he slapped Chris Rock? It's made me sick to my stomach. When I saw that black man slap that other black man, it just totally made me sick to my stomach. It's black on black crime, and we don't need this in America. All right? Black Lives Matter, and Will Smith, he should know. Black Lives Matter. Okay, didn't Will Smith let a bunch of dudes bang his wife? Didn't he like come out and tell us that like he cupped out and a bunch of dudes banged his wife? Let's like really do a little deep dive. I'm not really into Hollywood bullshit, but I've heard through the grapevine, I'm pretty sure everyone and their mama has heard that that Will Smith is a cuck and that Jada has been used by many a men during the course of their marriage. And so, if he doesn't mind that sort of stuff, why is he going to pretend to be upset and then commit physical violence in front of everyone where he could be arrested and sued for millions of dollars, right? Hundreds of millions, let's say. Why would he risk his reputation and everything over a comment, a joke that someone made about his wife, when he routinely is letting this wife be used by other men in the bedroom? It just doesn't seem to add up. Doesn't seem to quite make any sense. And then when you throw the fact in there that he laughed at the joke, they screwed the whole thing up. Screwed it all up. So Will Smith laughs at the joke. Hey, Jada, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it in that next movie. What was it? With G.I. Jane 2. I can't wait to see it in G.I. Jane 2. And he's like, huh, he laughs. Wrong. They screwed that up. What he should have been is like, what? Did he just say what I don't think he said? Jada, did he just say, oh, hell no. He should have done like a napkin throwdown. Hell no. I swear that would have been way more effective. Danny should have pointed and yelled. Point and yell, you keep my wife's name out your mouth. And then walk up on stage. Bam, do the slap. And then walk off and don't smile, but actually walk off like you're still heated and pissed off. Right? And then to add extra effect, you need security to come up and grab him and then have him be like, get off me, right? And then have security like escort him away for a moment or something. And then he wins the award, but comes out from the back, right? And takes you, oh my God, that would have been so much better. They could have done this so much better. They screwed it all up. If I was in charge, I'd have been pissed at both of them. All right. So, hey, they wanted us to talk about it. Let's talk about how damn fake it was, how stupid it was. Let's talk about it. And anyone out there who's like I was appalled by this violence. You guys, it's a slap. It's it's scripted beforehand. So Chris Rock knew he was going to get slapped. Okay, there's a lot of people out there who aren't privy to the fact that these actors could be acting anytime you see them on camera. So even if they're not in a movie, if they're up on stage and on camera, they're acting. They're participating in an act on the world stage. And so there's a lot of people out there who give these celebrities a pass when they're not currently in a movie and think that they're being regular people. They're just a regular people like you and me. No, they're not. They're not regular like you and me at all. Some of them are pretty sick and fucking twisted, actually. All right, we got a donation from Wow Devon with a really cute emoji. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So these events, which seem to give the illusion of violence, it's no different than professional wrestling. In professional wrestling, you have the illusion of violence, even though it can get pretty real at times. There are times when professional wrestlers pick each other up and accidentally drop each other on their head when they didn't mean to, and permanently injure guys or put guys in the hospital when they were just trying to execute a regular move. So you have to be trained if you really want to make the illusion look good. And these guys, when the moment came, they failed. In my opinion, they failed. And see, I grew up watching professional wrestling and I used to love wrestling. So I'm used to seeing one guy slap the shit out of another guy for real. So, for instance, you can back a guy into a corner, take your hand, whack, slap the shit out of his chest, right? Ric Flair was famous for shoving a dude into the corner, into the ropes, and then slapping the shit out of his chest. Whack! And he'd go, woo! Right? Now, the contact is real. One man is definitely slapping the shit out of another. However, it's pre-planned. The guy getting slapped knows he's about to get slapped. He's prepared for it. And he's in on it. So this has been done by actual professional wrestlers and actual professional actors, and it's been done better. It's been done better. Does anyone remember when Jerry the King Lawler slapped Andy Kaufman? Does anyone remember that? On David Letterman, many, many years ago, they were running this famous angle that Andy Kaufman, the Hollywood movie star, he thought all the Southern wrestlers were a bunch of stupid rednecks and hillbillies. And he went down there and was beating up women in the Wrestling Federation in Memphis. And Jerry the King Lawler and Andy Kaufman got into a feud. And of course, they were good buddies backstage, and the whole thing was planned out, where they had this feud between the Hollywood schmuck who only wants to wrestle women, and you have the professional wrestler who's the most popular guy in the area at the time, Jerry the King Lawler, the king of Memphis wrestling. And so the two of them had this classic feud, and it actually drew so much heat that they ended up on the late night show with David Letterman. And they had a moment where it appeared to be legit. It looks legit as legit can be, where Jerry seems to lose his temper and slap Andy Kaufman as hard as he can. And when Andy Kaufman gets up, he lays out this line of obscenities. And it was basically considered one of the most classic moments on late night television. But the whole thing was staged. The whole thing was worked. And so in the movie, Man in the Moon with Jim Carrey, I'm sure a lot of you guys might have seen the movie Man in the Moon with Jim Carrey. In the movie Man in the Moon, Jim Carrey has to reenact this moment where he's Andy Kaufman and he's going to get slapped by Jerry Lawler. And as the story goes, Jerry Lawler didn't like Jim Carrey, and the two of them were legitimately butting heads backstage. And Jim Carrey's a egomaniac and a control freak, and he was pretending that this fake feud between Andy Kaufman and Jerry Lawler was real for part of his character reasons. And so Jim Carrey apparently backstage was mistreating Jerry Lawler. So when it came time for the big slap, Jerry Lawler, when he got to slap Jim Carrey in the movie, apparently he put almost everything he had into it and slapped the shit out of Jim Carrey about as hard as he possibly could. And he only got to do it once. So he got one take, and Jim Carrey got basically his face damn near slapped off by Jerry Lawler. So
And right now you have Jim Carrey saying that he was sickened. See how this is all coming back? Jim Carrey right now says he was sickened by Will Smith's behavior. Sickened. I was sickened. Right? So you got the guy with the funniest face, one of the funniest physical comedians of all time, and he's coming out and saying he was sickened by Will Smith's behavior. Why doesn't he just tell you the whole thing was fake and staged? I mean, Jim Carrey's smart enough to know that, right? He's a smart enough guy on the world stage. Why wouldn't he just come out and tell you, hey, you guys, come on, this was fake and staged, right? No. See, so even a guy like Jim Carrey has to pretend, has to put on an act. The funniest physical comedian ever, right? With all those awesome faces and all those movies and all those characters that we all remember and love. He says he's sickened by Will Smith's behavior. I used to love Jim Carrey. And now I'm going to listen to him say he's sickened by Will Smith's behavior. Get the fuck out of here, man. I was sickened by the fact that he got up there and slapped Chris Rock. I was sickened. Okay, cable guy. So you see how this all comes back? So basically, one of the most famous slaps that ever happened on television was way back on David Letterman, right? When Andy Kaufman got slapped by Jerry Lawler. It was a big deal for a long time. So what they do to draw ratings for the declining Oscars is they just pre-plan some event like this where you have a couple of celebs who aren't getting as much attention as they used to, especially a guy like Chris Rock, right? Not a lot of things you can do with this guy besides him host terrible award shows. I'm here to host the terrible award show. That's all I can do. You can't have me in a movie. What part you want to see me play in a movie anymore? No one wants to watch this guy in a movie, right? So the only thing you can really do is hire him to be a host at a terrible award show that none of us want to watch anyway. I'll give Chris Rock credit for like 2 or 3 comedy specials where he was on point. 2 or 3 comedy specials, he was on point. But that was it, man. After that, total sellout hack shit. Here's the deal. If you have talent, I don't mind if you have talent and make money on your talent. In fact, I'm here to do the same thing. However, if you turn into a total sellout hack, that's where I draw the line, and that's where I'm going to call people out. So as an entertainer, as a comedian, when I see comedians going along with the popular, trendy Hollywood bullshit, it makes sense to me. I understand why they do it. But when they go as far as to like participate in this staged event and then pretend that the whole thing's real, it's just deceptive and it's wrong. And so guys like me are going to call it out like, hey, that's professional wrestling. And so professional wrestlers, it's known that what they do is staged. But if you're going to pretend that what you're doing is real, that's where I draw the line. The same way I do with crisis actors, same way I do with staged events that I see on the news. I call that shit out just the same. If I see someone pretending to go to outer space and passing that off as real, I'm going to call that out. So whenever I see someone trying to deceive people, it bothers me. It does. So, for instance, the NFL, a lot of people still haven't figured out that the outcome is scripted, that the whole thing is as fake as professional wrestling. And it bothers me that that there's a big enough entity out there that's in bed with Vegas making billions of dollars, and people still haven't figured out that the outcomes of those games are rigged and scripted. And that's why Vegas knows exactly where those lines are going to fall most of the times. And so I have to talk about stupid shit like Will Smith and Chris Rock in order to disguise my content to get to the real issue. And that the real issue is, hey, you guys, the Earth is not a spinning ball out in outer space. This place might be run by some sort of evil computer at this point, and what might be in control might not even be human. At the very tippity top of this Illuminati pyramid might not even be human at this point. It might be some sort of evil computer. And when we even start to get to any of these subjects is where censorship starts to happen at a much higher frequency. So every once in a while, I have to talk about stupid shit that's irrelevant, right? As far as Will Smith and Chris Rock. Does it really matter? No. But in order to get through the front door and get to other subjects, sometimes we have to discuss this shit. And at the very minimum, call it out for what it is, fake. Because there's people buying into this fake shit. All right. So if you guys are having fun, I only see 54 thumbs up. I think we could be up to like at least 75. And as an incentive, we're going to load up. We're going to load up a little bowl skishi for old time's sake. All right. It's time to load it up. If you got some, put it in your pipe and smash it down. All right. I want to see 75 thumbs up. We got to do this old school, right? 75 thumbs up. And then we're going to smoke this. We're going to take a hit, and then we'll continue. If I don't see 75 thumbs up, now I just might pack up my shit and go home. All right, I see 75 thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Let's blaze it. I don't want anyone else to smell it. All right. It's looking like my microphone batteries are low again. Usually because I talk too much. If you're talking to a microphone too much, it causes microphone batteries to wear out faster. That's a known fact. If you're extra funny, it makes them go triple quick. That's what I noticed. Either that or I buy cheap batteries at the dollar store. One or the other. Hey. All right, let's go ahead and have a little bit of fun right now. Can't have a live stream without having some fun. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. How's everybody doing out there in YouTube land? Are you still hanging with me? Are you still having fun out there? All right. Get the mic stand out. All right. All right, just jamming here, just messing around. All right. Dominic Delete Spioto says, my farts smell like air. I don't know what that means, but I'm glad you shared that with us, bro. Thank you. Thank you, Dominic Delete Spioto. All right. All right. Let's see here. Perhaps I could assemble us something here on the drum machine. All right. Oh, I still had the other drum beat going. Fail. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we're going to abandon that. Abandon that idea. Abandon ship. I didn't have that one planned out very well. Yep. You know what? Sometimes just feeling like we could just talk about something instead. I was starting to play, and then realized I had my drum loop going crazy, and so now we're going to talk instead. Mm. All right. Phew. Okay. So, Faith says, "Can we talk about the fake aliens seen flying around the ISS?" I did not hear about the fake aliens around the ISS. I have yet to hear about that. Oh, JT, you talking some shit or something? It's because I started to make a loop and then just abandoned ship on one of my loops. Yeah, I was making something up on the spot, and then it didn't go according to plan, because that's the thing when you do something unscripted. Sometimes shit doesn't go according to plan. I was just gonna like make something up on the spot, and it went in a direction that I was like not happy with, so I just stopped it. See, that's the thing, is I have all this equipment set up and ready to go to where if I feel like playing or doing something, I can do something. And then if I want to just talk, I can just talk. If I want to play my bass, I can just play bass. And if I want, I can do it all together. And of course, when it's live, then mistakes do happen. And I was thinking of like doing some sort of comedy funny song, but then I couldn't decide exactly where I wanted to go with it, and then I screwed up the tempo a little bit. And anyway, that mistakes happen. In fact, if I get in the right mood, I might just play a little bit more later on. A lot of people came for the initial Chris Rock impression and the breakdown of the story, and then they split. Tristan Spindler says a girl who used to cheat on her husband with me deleted me off Facebook after 10 years due to the Will Smith thing. Laugh out loud. Oh, so it was the Will Smith thing that ended it. See, so even a scripted event can cause people to get in a tiff, right? And have a disagreement and end a friendship. So when people ask, like, well, why would they script such a stupid thing? It can be as simple as, well, just to cause you to talk about it and be divisive and to get ratings and cause people to click videos, more advertisements. It just makes sense. It fits their agenda. And even if you don't always know the exact reason why they're doing it, well, why are they faking it? Here's the thing, that's what they're known for. The ones who set this world stage up are known for faking shit, deep faking us. So of course it makes sense that they're going to want to fake us out all the time from every angle. Whether you're looking up in supposed outer space or watching a football game on TV or watching an award ceremony, they want complete control of the outcome of all this and your thought process. Why wouldn't they? So that's funny. That guy's talking about a relationship ending because of Will Smith smacking Chris Rock. And then you get into an argument over it, of course, whether you're on Will Smith's side. Well, if it was me, I would stand up for my woman, right? So those people, they want to slap the shit out of anybody that says the wrong thing, right? Anyone that says the wrong thing, well, you should just be able to go up and slap them. And then there's the people like Jim Carrey. I was horrified and I feel sickened to my stomach. Feel sickened to my stomach. Makes me sick to see this, such a horrible thing. So when you look at everyone talking about it, that's how you know it was scripted. That's how you know it was set up. All right. Who else we got? Someone mentioned Primestein 99 on Tucker Carlson. I told you that guy was a no-good Jew bundle of sticks. That guy's a no-good Jew bundle of sticks. Bend over, take it up the cornhole bundle of sticks. I told you. Alex, I put 99. Told you guys that guy was a no-good bundle of sticks. He'll bend over and take it up the cornhole to get on TV in a second, that guy. So yeah, he's getting his 15 minutes of fame because he goes around to town hall meetings and acts like a total bundle of sticks. He acts like the biggest bundle of sticks you ever saw. Like, I'm right at 99. Get a back tonight in the low dark. You and me, we like everybody. Like he just basically goes and acts like an absolute tard at these government fucking meetings, right? Town hall events and stuff. It's ridiculous. And it doesn't cause anyone to wake up, right? So it's just more divisiveness and bullshit on the world stage. It's obvious that the guy's a plant, right? Playing his part. They wouldn't let you go on Tucker Carlson. They wouldn't let you go on national television if you were a legit truther. No. So as I've told you guys, when you see Primestein, Alex Stein, Weinstein on the same TV screen with David Weiss, Jaron, it's all a big shill show, baby. And right now, Primestein 99 is such a annoying bundle of sticks. He's being promoted. Yeah, they want you to think he's so funny. Oh, he's so funny. That guy's so funny, that bundle of sticks. People are going to be like, well, that bundle of sticks, he was so funny when he went to that town hall meeting and he said all that stupid shit. Wow, so funny. Not really. Does that wake anyone up acting like a complete buffoon at town hall meetings? No, it doesn't. If anything, it gets people on the left, when they figure out who you are, it gets them to hate you even worse. Then the people on the right who are buying into that shit, well, these are the same people who believe in Quinn coming to save you. All right? These are the people who think Trump's going to come back and save you. So who are these people that you're appealing to when you go on television with Tucker Carlson? You're appealing to a bunch of tards who watch television. Tards who watch television. That's who you're trying to appeal to. You can't wake these people up. That's why they're tards who are watching Tucker Carlson to begin with. They're not going to be like, I was dumb and I was not awake. I was asleep. And then I done heard Alex Stein act like a total bundle of sticks and it woke me up. That's when I totally woke up. So apparently that's when you wake up. Is when you see that guy act like a bundle of sticks at a town hall meeting. But that's what you got to do these days. If you want to go viral, you got to do something outrageous and ridiculous, right? Like go to a town hall meeting and act like a total buffoon instead of having any sort of talent or any sort of joke with a punchline. So I don't even know where I want to go with the stream now. Pretty much, I guess, all I had tonight. So what do you guys want to talk about? I went and made fun of the bullshit we're supposed to talk about. So what do you guys want to talk about? Andy R&B says life. J Street says feelings. Talk about some life and some feelings. Okay. You do that. SOS says RFB impersonations. I watched some Richie from Boston recently, see how he's doing. I'm keeping up with Richie. I might be able to crank out a little Richie. Faith asking about the dog. All right. There he is. Come on, Rusty. Let's make an appearance. I know what'll get him out. We'll get some meat out. I'm pretty sure he'll make an appearance. Rusty, come on. Hey. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. He's sleeping under my desk. Here he comes. Now he's got the meat. Now he knows what's up. Come on. Come here. Come on. There we go. There he is. Got a bunch of ground meat recently. Jonna X, thank you very much. It says, here's to Rusty's Meat Fund. Well, thank you. I actually got a big bunch of meat for sale, actually. And got a shit ton of ground beef. Just like 20 pounds or so. So I'm sitting on a shitload of ground beef. And he loves it. All right. Let's perform one of our songs. Rusty is a good dog, fucking orange dog. He's a really good dog, yeah, he's got mud on his face. Big disgrace, body better put you back into your place. Rusty is a really fucking good dog, yeah. Rusty is a really fucking good dog, yeah. All right. Look at this. See, the thing is he'll just keep going and keep eating and keep eating, and then if he eats too much, then his stomach will get upset, and then he'll want to throw it up, and then he'll want to re-eat what he. Dogs are gross. Dogs are gross, man. So I gotta watch it. He'll be like, yeah, more. Then you make the mistake. You give a little dog, too much damn food, and then he throws it up. And then he wants to eat it. It's all bad. But I recommend if you're going to give your dog ground meat instead of dog food, like I said, just don't overdo it. But it's actually a much higher content of protein and fat and a healthier choice of food for your dog, and it's pretty cheap. So if you want to feed your dog well without breaking the bank, because it can get expensive, you can find deals on ground beef at different supermarkets where it's not as expensive. You can find deals. Like I found this stuff just before they're about to throw it out. They cut down the price by half. So what I look for are the bargain buys on ground beef before they're about to throw it out, and they cut down the price. You can get a shitload of beef, and then you can freeze it even. So you can get good prices on beef for your dog. And it's a lot better than feeding your dog shitty store-bought food, which has preservatives and corn and grains. And so I try not to feed Rusty too much shit like corns and grains, shit that dogs shouldn't really be eating. Feed him more meat. So lately, that's pretty much what he eats altogether. And then occasionally I give him hot dogs as a treat because he seems to go crazy for hot dogs. Even more so than meat. When I pull out the hot dogs, he gets super extra excited. So, like he knows that they're probably not good for him, and so it's like he likes those better than regular meat. It's strange. Anyway, but hot dogs aren't very good for your dog, so don't give your dog hot dogs that often. Once in a while, but ground meat's good. All right. Andy R&B says organ meat. Organ meats are good too. Yeah, liver's good. And sometimes it just depends, at your supermarket, what you can find and what's on sale. Supermarkets aren't carrying as much stuff these days. A lot of the shelves are empty in some areas. And so it can come down to what you personally can find in your area. Some of you guys might live in a town, in some other country than the United States. You might live in some little town, Canada or Europe somewhere, where there's only one or two grocery stores in your whole town or whatever, and you might be limited to what you can find. So I try to find good deals when I can as far as the dog, because we all can't afford to feed our dog the best things that money can buy every day. As much as we love our animals, we can't even afford to give ourselves the best food that money can buy. For instance, a filet mignon these days, a grass-fed filet mignon can run you $50, $100 or whatever if you're going to get it cooked for you in a steakhouse. So just trying to eat the best foods you can, just day to day, can be super expensive, and so you got to look for deals, and we're all basically limited to what we can find locally. And anyway, let me move on. Andy Arby says dog food is the worst. No FDA standards. Yeah, as far as the store-bought dry shit and all the major labels, yeah, it's all bad. So that basically ties into what I was just talking about. That's why, I try to find cheap ground beef so I can feed the dog. I've used chicken livers and beef livers, so it just depends what you can find. And dogs love pretty much all that stuff. Once you start feeding it to them, they like it. But if a dog eats that corn and fake dog food for too long, it can ruin their gut and ruin their intestines and whatnot. They stop digesting stuff properly, and they have digestive issues. And then when you take the animal to the vet, a veterinarian is a business, and they're in the business of slowly killing your dog, basically. And so it's sad if your dog has any sort of problems that people then will take their animal to the vet, and a lot of the veterinarian practices are bad. And so I've heard of vets, telling people that their dog is a vegetarian. And so I've even had family members with pets that say, my dog has to have special vegetarian dog food because it upsets his stomach to eat people food. It's like upsets his stomach to eat people food. Do you even know what you're saying? They're like, my dog has to have a special vet-made vegetarian food because he can't digest regular people food and it'll upset his stomach. It's like, so they can trick you into thinking that your people food is bad for your pet and that you need this special food that they make for your pet in order to keep your pet healthy. And it's a big scam. It's a big racket. And a lot of people love their pet, and so they fall for this racket. Andy says, do you eat meat every day? I do. I pretty much every day, yeah, in some form or another. Now, I don't always eat it raw every day, but I eat meat like every day. Like there's some days I just want like some tacos, right? And I'll like go order 5, 6 rolled up street tacos from a taco truck, right? If I roll through my hometown, sometimes I just want some old crispy, not crispy, but the street tacos, like asada and carnitas. So sometimes I like cooked meat and I like the flavors of cooked meat because eating raw meat can get boring. And so, yeah, I'll be the first to admit that I like meat in all different varieties. I like it cooked and I like it spiced and I like it flavored. I like it barbecued. So I pretty much eat meat, yeah, pretty much every day. Yeah. Andy RB says corn is the worst. Yeah, corn is definitely bad, especially the GMO corn that they grow. The more natural corn, like the stuff that's not as bad, not quite as GMO, is like different looking. This cow corn that they grow, and they grow a shitload of it here in California. So I live in an area surrounded by a shitload of cornfields. So believe it or not, in California, in the middle of California, it's kind of like Nebraska, just tons of corn and corns and almonds, and it's definitely a an alien crop for sure. And they feed it to the cows, so most of the cows are eating this shit. So to get an animal like a cow that's only eating grass and then be able to eat that cow's meat, it's a luxury very few can afford these days. And so for you to eat proper meat and get proper nutrition is becoming harder and harder, and that's the way they want it. So they want corn in your foods in one way or another, and they want you cooking your food in these vegetable oils, which are bad for you as well. Then they want to demonize the meat as the culprit for clogging your arteries, when it's more likely to be these vegetable oils, which are completely unnatural. So they have all these crazy GMO crops, then they can derive all these different products from these crops, you know, like from almonds, a nut, you get almond milk. It's like, that's not milk. You guys want to know what milk looks like? Shit, it's in my other fridge. One sec. There we go. There's the raw deal, right? So that's the real deal. That's $10 a gallon. $10 a gallon. If I drive to the farm in Modesto, I can get it for $5 a gallon. So basically, it costs more than gas to drink proper milk. Why does it cost so much more? It's because it's better. It's because it's better. It's actually nutritious, right? Speaking of, I'm thirsty. Now your animals will lap this shit up like crazy. You give this to your dog or your cat, they're going to look at you and expect you to fill their bowl with this from now on. When you fill it with water, they're going to be like, I don't want that fucking water. Put more of that milk in there. So I've made the mistake of giving Rusty some of this. And then he expects me to keep filling his bowl with that stuff. Like, dude, this is $10 a gallon, bro. And so, if you really want the best foods that money can buy, it costs a lot. And the cow is definitely a sacred animal in parts of the world for a reason. Not only because it produces milk, but all the awesome things you can do with the milk. The cheese you can make, for instance, right? Jonna X says, enjoy some street tacos and a grass-fed steak. Oh, wow, what a generous donation. You are so nice, Jonna. I appreciate that. Extremely nice donation from you. Very generous. I appreciate that as always. You see, the street tacos in some of the shittier areas are generally some of the best. So if you want some of the best street tacos, the cheapest price, and the tastiest, you got to go sometimes to some shitty areas. So, for instance, in Modesto, there's this street, 8th Street, with a row of taco trucks, and the area is rough. The area is shitty. You're going to be hit up by panhandlers when you get out of your car asking for money. But if you walk up and you order tacos from these row of taco trucks in Modesto, you're going to get a good price, like $1.50, $2 for a taco, and it's going to blow the doors off of Taco Bell or any other stupid fast food joint. It's going to blow the doors off of fast food, and you're going to get the real deal. And a carne asada taco from a proper street taco vendor, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it at that price, at the low price that they're doing it, in the freshness and the way that they prepare it, and you still get a fresh made salsa. They make their own salsas. You're not getting shit out of a packet. Whenever I see someone eat a Taco Bell taco and then put like a Taco Bell packet of poison on their shits, like, they have no idea what it's like to go to a real legit street taco truck that makes their own fresh salsa every single day. And salsa, like, I mean, the onion and the cilantro, chop it up fresh. Now, if you're into meat and you're a super hardcore carnivore, you can say onions are not good for you, cilantro is not good for you. That's why you just have a little sprinkle on top. So I'll admit, I don't think eating a bunch of fresh onion is really that healthy. That's why you get a reaction when you chop it up, right? Same with garlic. I don't think eating a ton of fresh garlic is super healthy, which is why you get such a reaction from it. But in small doses, little bits, you're going to be fine. Your body will digest it, take care of it. You'll be no worse for the wear afterwards. Yeah, I love the taste of onions in the right dose. So, for instance, a little bit of the chopped up onion and cilantro in the taco is awesome. But if you overdo it and then I'm crunching on too much onions and then the onion to meat ratio, like onions overtake the meat ratio, then you screw up my taco. Now we got problems. Also, cooking onions, now it's like a fucking entirely different thing. Like a caramelized onion that's been cooked in butter is like an entirely different fucking thing. You change every bit of it. At that point, it's just like one of the most delicious things ever. So when you take a raw onion and then you eat it like that, and then you stick it in butter, and then you saute it in a pan, suddenly it's like an entirely different experience. Oh my God, got another donation coming in from Jonna X. Says, could you please play some Mexican mariachi music? All right, we can play a little bit of Mexican mariachi music. All right. Because of that wonderful donation, we might play a little bit. So I want to warn everybody, Jonna requested some Mexican mariachi music, and I know every different style of Mexican music. So I want to warn everybody that I'm about to perform some Mexican music so that you're well prepared. And as we all know, there's lots of different styles of Mexican music. For instance, there's this one type of Mexican style that sounds like this. Pune, 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 ram, pam, 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 yene, yone, yene, yone, yene, yone, yene, yone, yene, yone, no. And then you change the station to the next Mexican station, and then the Mexican music's completely different. It sounds like this. Completely different, right? I mean, such a very luxurious music, right? Very distinct, different styles, right? Then, of course, you flip on over to the classic Mexican station, right? The very classic, authentic Mexican feel. And it's something like pune, 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 ram, pam, 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 pune, 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 ram, pam, 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 pune, 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 ram, pam, 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 pam. Ram pam 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 pune 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 ram pam 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 pune 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 ram pam 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 pune 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 ram pam 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 pune 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 ram pam 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 pune 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 ram pam 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 pune pune pune. And then you call me tomorrow. And then you call me up tomorrow. All right. Yeah! There you go. Pretty much all the different styles of Mexican music. There it is. All the different. I performed every variety of Mexican music that there ever was. Right there. I think I even missed a few donations that came in. Rose Bellman says Mexican music for everyone. Jonna X says, could you play Mexican mariachi? Yeah, I got that one. Okay. So these women donating are all about the street tacos and the Mexican music. So obviously, I have a Mexican fan base who enjoys my own rendition of their wonderful music. So I'm guessing that these Latinas, these fine young Latinas who are donating here, have a thick Mexican heritage, right? And they're so pleased with the way that I perform the music of their country, which is why they donate so graciously in every live stream. Rose Bellman says, is this on iTunes? Of course. It's on every iTunes station you can imagine, and on every single Mexican station. In fact, if you go to any Mexican station right now, chances are my song is playing. It'll be all like, and you know I am Jake the asshole, and I sing you this song, and it doesn't take too long to make you laugh with me all night long. Holy shit, that was totally not Mexican at all. What a ripoff. This guy totally sang English lyrics. It's bullshit. I want my money back. Specifically asked for Mexican music. All right. Okay. I'm sorry. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. That's the Mexican ABCs, or Spanish ABCs. One or the other. It doesn't matter. I'm glad I learned that. I can't actually speak Spanish, but I do know my ABCs. So if you were to ever approach me and I was in the Spanish-speaking area and you were expecting me to speak Spanish, all I would do is look at you and be like, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. That's right. I said X, Y, Z. All right. That's like the only thing I remember from Spanish class. Hola, me llamo Jake. I know the alphabet in Mexican. I mean Spain. I mean fuck. Hi, hola Jake. Está muy bien, gracias, y tú? Muy bien, gracias, y tú? Yes, is your name is also Jake, and you're also muy bien? I'm glad that the both of us are muy bien. My name's Jake. I'm muy bien, and you're muy bien. Let's be fucking friends. Amigos. Yeah. You? Here's how I have to have a conversation with somebody who only speaks Spanish, right? I have to be like, tú, me, amigos. Tú, me, smoky weedo, marihuano. Tú, me, está muy bien. Are you muy bien? I'm muy bien. Let's say the ABCs together. That's a conversation I would have with a Mexican guy. I would be like, let's get high, let's be friends, and let's say the Mexican ABCs together. Those are like the only things I know how to talk about. Are we having fun here? Is everybody having fun? All right, we got Rose Bellman with a donation, says, Ching Chong, lick a dick song, please. Oh my gosh, is this really happening? Rose Bellman just donated to my channel, and she says, Ching Chong, lick a dick song, please. I think I know what she's referring to. Whenever I want to make fun of Asian people and their music, I have this song that I always refer to, which of course, in my opinion, sounds like every Chinese and Asian song ever written. And it goes like this. Ching chong, ching ching chong, lick a dick, lick a ding ding dong. Ching chong, ching ching chong, lick a dick, lick a ding ding dong. Ching chong, ching ching chong, lick a dick, lick a ding ding dong. Oh, I still had the Mexican music going. I was about to mix Chinese and Mexican music together. We don't ever want to hear that. Or do we? Ching chong, ching ching chong, like a dick, like a ding ding dong. Ching chong, ching ching chong, like a dick, like a ding ding dong. Like a dick, like a ding ding dong. Like a dick, like a ding ding dong. Like a dick, like a ding ding. How the hell did that happen? Ching chong, ching ching chong, like a dick, like a ding ding dong. Ching chong, ching ching chong, like a dick, like a ding ding dong. Ching chong, ching ching chong, like a dick, like a ding ding. Ching chong, ching ching chong, like a dick, like a ding ding. Ching chong, ching ching chong, like a dick, like a ding ding. Ching chong, ching ching chong, like a dick, like a ding ding. Ching chong, ching ching chong, like a dick, like a ding ding. Ching chong, ching ching chong, like a dick, like a ding ding. Ching chong, ching ching chong, like a dick, like a ding ding. It's Mexican and Chinese music mixed together. It's awesome. Check it out, you guys. This is the hot new single, fresh out of Mexico City in China. All right, here we go. That's the hot new sound right there. Chinese music, Mexican music, fusion. Bet you never thought you'd hear it. You heard it here first. All right. You guys know I'm pretty multi-talented. So that was a little bit of my Chinese Mexican fusion music. I have a very dynamic catalog of music that I perform. A lot of dynamic music material from different genres. That, of course, my Chinese Mexican fusion. You probably won't hear many other channels doing live Chinese Mexican fusion music. But here, that's right. Here we do lots of live Chinese Mexican fusion. This is what we do, or at least that's what we did. That track right there is called Ching Chong Licka Taco Schlong. That's right, Ching Chong Licka Taco Schlong. Mexican Chinese fusion. You know what? The only thing better than that would be to open up a Chinese street taco, but have it be Mexican themed. Mexican Chinese street tacos. And then you play this while people are eating their food. I like this place. It's different. This place is awesome. Oh, that's ridiculous. Andy RB says, I want to hear Elmo.
Elmo? Elmo is here. What do you want Elmo to say? What do you want Elmo to talk about?
Okay, somebody said Elmo is Will Smith. I don't even know how I want to even go about it. Elmo is Will Smith.
You keep my wife's name, out of your fucking mouth, Elmo no like it when you talk about my wife. You keep your wife's name, my wife's name out of your fucking mouth, I'm gonna slap you.
Damn, I just got slapped the shit out of by Elmo. Elmo just slapped the shit out of me, everybody. I'm a black man who just got slapped by a fucking puppet. This is gonna be the defining moment in my career. I got slapped by fucking Elmo.
Elmo gonna slap Chris Rock.
That would be like the most famous thing that ever happened in both their lives. I'm glad we got to bring it all back right there. See, suggesting Elmo, we get to tie it all back up. If Elmo was to slap Chris Rock, it would be just about as believable as when Will Smith did it. And actually, it would be more funny, and then they would actually have probably get more people to tune in to the Oscars, right? Because then you'd get the children and the adults, right? You get both audiences. And you know how the Illuminati loves to get those children involved. So I think they should have had Elmo slap the shit out of Chris Rock, right? Would have made more sense.
Elmo just slapped the shit out of me. Damn, this is the funniest thing that happened to me in a long time. Ever since I was doing this, I knew one day I was gonna get to the top of the Hollywood movie star picture when I got slapped by a fucking puppet.
You know what? I did not know that I could do Chris Rock so well until tonight. I actually didn't practice Chris Rock beforehand. I just fucking channel Chris Rock's energy, I guess. That's what he is. That's Chris Rock to me is like. Just that, right? So you just put words to that.
I was drinking a Mountain Dew. And then the white man told the black man, if you drink a Mountain Dew, then you're gonna be a motherfucking Asian nigga.
Right? It's like whatever you say, you just do it like that, and then you're Chris Rock suddenly.
I was going out trying to play some golf, and some white motherfuckers showed up like, let me teach y'all niggas how to play some golf. And I was like, damn, I don't need no white motherfucker trying to teach a nigga how to play some golf.
Right? It's too easy. Too easy. You know what would be funny? To see Chris Rock do his impression of me. Or better, to see Elmo do an impression of me. Or Elmo doing an impression of me, doing an impression of Chris Rock. You wonder what that would sound like? It would sound like this. Hi, I'm Elmo doing Jake the Asshole, pretending to be Chris Rock. See how funny that scenario would be? All right, that's a patented joke of mine. If you see anyone steal that joke, you let me know, and I'll fucking take them to court for joke theft. I'll take them to comedy court. You guys know joke theft is a real deal. If you see any of the shills stealing my shit, like Owen Benjamin or Dave Chappelle stealing my shit, trying to repackage it, you come tell me, and I'll take them to Judge Judy Comedy Court. It's going to be a new season starting soon. Judge Judy's Comedy Court. That's right. It's going to be for comedians who steal other people's jokes. It's going to be good times. All right. I just made that up. There's not really going to be a show that does that. Some of you guys are like, there's actually, what network is this show going to be on? There isn't. I made it up. Who's still having fun? Who's still having fun? Honestly, I was about to shut down the stream a long time ago. I was like, I don't know. And now I'm hitting my second stride of just goofing off. I'm still having fun. That just shows at the heart of it all, we really just like to have a lot of fun here. We like to goof off, say some funny stuff, and have some fun at the heart of it all. Because what else do we got? We can only talk about doom and gloom for so long, right? Speaking of doom and gloom, Richie's still pulling it. I watched Richie from Boston's latest video. You guys, he's over on BitChute. He's still alive. He is still as Richie as ever.
Hey, you two. I want to talk about NASA's fake sun. The real sun is gone. Right now, NASA has a fake sun. There's a patent for a fake sun. It used to be sunny all the time when I was in Boston, but now it's cloudy. All right? So every time I go outside, they're always spraying chemtrails, but nobody seems to care. So I'm still out here telling you, but nobody seems to care. When I was younger, we used to have sunshine, and we don't now. But at any rate, I digress.
So he's still the same Richie as ever, but right now his big thing is that the sun has been replaced by a fake sun. That's his big one right now. You have a fake sun. My thing with the fake sun is, well, then what they do with the real sun? And then each location you go to, the sun is, hotter or cooler. You might be in northern Alaska and have a nice sunshiny day, but it's still cold as shit. And then you can go to a southern region where it's hot and warm, and the sun's just blocked by the clouds most of the day and not even out. You can go to areas in the desert where it's 120 degrees and the sun's just beating on you and nice and bright and shiny. And so it just depends where you're at in the regional climate. And so he was trying to make it out like, because Boston used to be sunny in his memory, and now it's gray, that they must have replaced the sun. Now, I'm not here to say that it's impossible to replace the sun, but I need a little more proof than Richie just remembering it being sunny around Boston, and now it's a gray. Yes, they spray chemtrails, but then he makes this leap to the sun's been replaced. And so when it comes to saying stuff like the sun's been replaced, it's like, well, then where did the old sun go? And the sun might not be as bright or look the same to you now as you remember, but does that mean it was completely replaced so that they have some other sort of fake sun over the top of the real sun? Now, I'm not saying something like that would be impossible. I'm just saying I need more than Richie's account. And then he goes on to show some two sun footage of two different suns. And of course, there's lots of footage out there floating around of sunsets where there's two different suns, and people will say it's fake or it's a lens flare. It's an anomaly from the camera. So, are there multiple suns? I have put that question out there years ago when we discussed the shape of this world. And when I hear Richie talk about it, it just doesn't hit the mark. It's almost like a gatekeeper keeping control of the path. Hey, what's up, Mass One? No, hey, Mass One, we're over here on the regular Jake channel, and a long time ago, I unmodded a bunch of people, and then I remodded you over on the asshole channel, and then I guess I forgot about modding you over here. Because there was a few months back, I unmodded several different people, and then you turned out to be what seems to be legit, and you kept showing up and watching and participating, and so you're back. But there was a few people who got removed. So yeah, you're still a wrench over on the asshole channel. The asshole channel got hit with a strike, and so that's why we're over here on the backup channel tonight. So, all right. Oh, you missed the reenactment. Yeah, you'll have to go back and rewatch that. For me to redo it again would be overkill. But I pretty much did it, killed it. So if you want to go back and rewatch that, you'll definitely have to catch back up. Faith says foam foot is gone. Well, I gave foam foot an option. All I said was call me on the phone and verify that you're a female, that you are the person in your picture, and I'll be glad to give you your wrench, because she was a longtime follower, and she was in basically every stream and made her presence known. And then when I challenged who she is, like, are you for real? Are you that girl in the photo? Can you just have a quick phone call with me so that we can clear that up? And just never happened. She would always be like, yeah, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna, and then it never happened. So it still stands. If she ever wants to just do a phone call and we can make sure that she is the person who she says she is, then she can come back. Yes, Faith, we've talked. I know that you are the female in the picture. Yeah, I don't like to make too much drama with people in the chat, because it's supposed to be about the issues that we're talking about, and me relating the information going on to you guys, and it's not supposed to be about conflicts and bullshit, arising from a live chat. But every once in a while, there are people who make a nuisance of themselves, if you will. They cause a scene, and when you start looking into who these people are participating in your own chat, you might find that people aren't always who they seem to be. They might be playing cool over here and then going over to a shill channel and then shit talking me. Or they might be trying to pretend to be cool with all of us when they're actually a shill in disguise. So I always have to go back and rewatch the live chat replay and see who is here and who said what. Because while I'm talking to you guys live, I don't see all of it. So every little comment you guys make, I'm not paying attention most of the time, unless I specifically look and read it. So when I'm looking like this right into the camera, I'm totally not paying attention to any of the chat. So oftentimes while I'm talking, people can say all kinds of shit. And then I go back and I rewatch the chat replay, and I'm like, holy shit, there's like 2-3 trolls in here talking shit no one noticed. Or I'll notice people like a mod, even like saying some weird shit or doing something weird or timing people out who are just making jokes. So I try not to cause or have too much drama go on in our chat. That's why I try to keep a cool group of people here. But basically, it seems like we got a nice group of folks here and a fun group of folks. We like to discuss truth, call shit out that's fake, and we like to goof off from time to time. You guys know I'm a goofy guy. I like to make jokes, and it's all off the top of my head, so anything can happen, and that's what makes this whole thing unpredictable. And so it can be hard to be a moderator here and try to keep an eye on the chat and enjoy the things I'm telling you. So it's a challenging job for these moderators who want to protect me from the trolls, but at the same time, they also want to enjoy the show and enjoy the message and take what they can out of it. All right. Andy RB says the black sun has different names. Or are you talking about the one that causes eclipse? It's like there's a sun, a moon, and then a black sun, which causes the eclipse. Andy RB says, we love you, Jake. Hey, I love you guys too. You know, each time I go live, it's like I always have this not always, but there's this inner debate with myself. Like, do I feel like it? What do I want to talk about? Is this enough topics to be a full show? If I'm going to play music, what should I play? You know, should I just make it all up off the top of my head and let it be totally spontaneous, or should I like have a few songs planned out beforehand? So whenever I go live, it's always this inner battle with, well, what do I want to do? What do I want to talk about? And then half the time we end up talking about other shit. So sometimes we'll be in, you know, talking about Chris Rock and Will Smith for half an hour. And then another hour later, we're in a completely different subject, talking about completely different other people. You know, Elmo and Richie from Boston and shit. Most of the people in the world don't know who, you know, Richie from Boston even is. You know, most of the people know who Elmo is. But so there's going to be, you know, people who, if you were to see me for the first time and you were to hear the first part of my stream, you would be able to relate to it. But then once we start getting into like fringe topics, of course, and I start talking about conspiracy theorists and flat earthers and whatnot, then suddenly they're going to be like, what in the flying fart is this guy even talking about? So I know it's a very unique audience that I have here, and I love having such a unique audience. And it's not something that you can just have overnight. It's something that takes time to build. And I've built this unique audience. And you diehards who are here on the backup channel, when things go wrong on the main channel, you're over here on the backup channel, ready to participate. You know, that's what makes the whole thing worthwhile. So when I'm having that battle of should I go live tonight? You know, what should I talk about? Just going live and being able to talk to you guys and see you guys, you know, laughing and enjoying yourselves and interacting. It makes the whole thing worthwhile. And I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I fired up the stream tonight. With that said, who wants to take another hit? Let's take a hit, shall we? I see 111 thumbs up. How about we get to 125 thumbs up if possible? 125 thumbs up and we'll take another hit. All right, we got a lot more impressions we can get to, of course. We might just run down the list of impressions that I do. Might just run the gamut. But we've got to get to 125 thumbs up. 125 thumbs up. $125 thumbs up. We'll keep this party going. All right. Now, off screen, I'm going to have to go pee. I'm not going to take you with me, but I'm going to have to pee off screen. Oh, so much better. Relief. All right. We're only up to 117. Come on, guys. I said 125. We need 125 thumbs. Come on, guys. If you have a sock account or another account, I need you to smash the thumbs up. Oh, I almost started to smoke it before we even got there. Come on. 3 more. 3 more. We're almost there. I can so feel it. Come on, guys. We only need 2 more. We're stalling out. That's it. Nobody wants. Wonder if I click it. I have to click my own stream. I have to thumbs up my own stream. Come on. 1 more. 1 more. Somebody. For the love of God. There we go. All right. I don't want anyone to think I'm in here smoking weed. Sorry, Rusty. I know it smells funky, huh? All right. Faith said, all right, so Faith says, this is fantastic. Now I got Jake's Mexican crap stuck in my head. Yeah, that's your That's your punishment, to walk around with my Mexican music playing in your head. See, here's the thing. If you want to make your own Mexican music, but you don't speak Spanish, all you have to do is say, yina yone, yina yone. I say, yina yone, yina yone. That basically takes the place of having to know the language. You just do it like this. Yina yone, yina yone. Yina yone, yina yone. It's pretty much that simple. You know what's funny is that like an American such as myself can make fun of like the entire country of Mexico and all their styles of music and basically classify them as one, and everyone in the chat knows what I'm talking about. Whereas you can't do that with American music. You can't be like, oh yeah, in America, all the music sounds the same. It all sounds like this, and then do an impression of it. So let's say like you're a guy who lives in fucking Croatia. You can't be like, those fucking Americans, they all sound the same. All their music sounds like this. Back in black! You just want to be back in black! It's like, no, not all our music sounds like that. So you can't like pick any one genre of like American music and then be like, all those motherfuckers sound the same. Whereas when it comes to Mexico, it's like, all those motherfuckers pretty much sound the same. Right? Somebody's got to say. If a white guy like me, who's only been to Mexico twice in my whole life, if I can make fun of Mexican music and have everyone in the chat laugh and agree with me that that's definitely what all Mexican music sounds like, they got a problem. They have a creative problem. They have a creative issue if all their music sounds like that. And I'm a white guy, and I realize that, and I can make fun of it, and everyone in my chat also realizes that. And then the women here in my chat have even paid me to hear this parody music. So, all right, what different impressions would you guys like me to do here? Trump? All right, we got someone asking for a Trump impression. Let me tell you something. When I come back in 2024, I'm going to turn this country completely around. Right now, you got Creepy Joe in control. He's not doing things. He's not doing things by the book, all right? I got the VAXX out into your arms at warp speed, all right? I was here to get the VAXX to you faster than this man. If it was up to me, you'd have had 5 boosters by now. Let me tell you something. In 2024, when I come back, I'm going to turn this whole country around, all right? There's going to be more. It's going to be more millionaires and billionaires made in 2024 when I come back, because the whole world is going to be running on Trump power. That's right. You're not going to be using gasoline fuel in your cars anymore. You're going to be using Trump energy. I'm going to have my own brand of fuel. It's going to be a cross between fuel and electric. All right? It's going to be electric fuel. It's going to be my own personal brand. And if you buy from me, you're going to pay one flat rate all year long for your fuel. All right? It's going to be Trump fuel. All right? That's right. That's how we're going to do this. I just made that up. Trump fuel. Wouldn't that be crazy if he did that? I totally just made that one up off the top of my head. Trump fuel. All right. Somebody asked for Richie from Boston and Alex Stein debating.
Let me tell you something, Alex. It's obvious that you have not gotten right with God. And if you're going to get right with God, you're going to have to start by reading your Bible on a daily basis. Alex, it's obvious that you haven't been to church in several years.
Ah, Richie! Ah, put that 999! I love licking the balls. Now my Jewish overlords. Put that 99. Alex Stein 99 on the grind all the time. Alex grind on the Stein 99 on the grind all the time. All the Stein time on the grindstone.
Listen, I don't know what you're trying to say, but what you need to do is you need to get right with God right now. In fact, wouldn't you like to take a drink of some holy water? Maybe you can get the Christian spirit flowing through your body.
I'm like Stein grind 99. I don't want no Christian spirit all the time. No. I'm here to sign my Jewish overlords. I'm here to lick their balls.
There you go. Little Alex Stein versus Richie from Boston. Let's see. Someone says, do Russian vids. Well, the thing about Russian vids is he's a bland character and he's nameless and faceless. His name is Ben Lyashenko, and he's pretty bland and vanilla, and he's a shill, and his MO is basically to be like the online YouTube truther and call out other truthers to make himself appear like he's like the number one truther. And he uses his evidence sometimes as like, hey, this guy smiled. Hey, this guy, appeared on a screen. And then I looked at the number 33 a minute later. And so that had to mean that that guy's a Mason. And so a lot of times what that guy does is try to like take evidence and then twist and turn it into meaning something that doesn't even exist. And he's made several hit pieces on me. Well, not several, but he's made a few. And I made a few about him, and he filed a copyright privacy complaint against me. Or privacy complaint, had both my videos taken down. And so both of them are on BitChute. So if you want to see my videos about RV, it's over on BitChute. But there's not a lot of character there for me to make fun of, because the guy is a nameless, faceless coward. And it's basically his whole routine is like, give me a break. Jake the asshole is here to make Flat Earth look ridiculous. I mean, you can tell he's a Mason because he smiled. Masons love to smile in that mocking way that Masons love to do. And so basically, he, when I made a video about him, he filed privacy complaints. And then YouTube said that I need to edit the video and take out his image and his name, basically. And then I even edited the video a little bit, but they still took down the videos. But they're over on BitChute. So if you want to see what his face looks like and you want to hear his name, Ben Lashenko, and you want to see what his face looks like, it's over on BitChute. And the link is down below. So when I point that way at BitChute, the link is down below to my BitChute channel. But yeah, not much to imitate. Steve DeCipio says, Jake, you hurt his feelings. Yeah, you know, telling the truth hurts a lot of people's feelings these days. It's a funny business. All right, now there's some people asking for some bizarre stuff that's going to be almost like too hard for me to do on the spot. So Justin Manikai says, Jake, can you do Richie from Boston talking Christopher Walken, but Christopher doesn't understanding where he is coming from? Bro, you lost me. Trying to go back and forth between Christopher Walken and Richie from Boston now. Holy shit. You took that one in a whole different direction. All right, how about one everybody knows? I haven't done in a little while. I just want you to know that just because you think you can go outside and not wear the mask, that the boogeyman cannot get you. But the boogeyman still exists. The boogeyman is still out there. The boogeyman still will infect you with the disease. You need to be washing your hands all of the time. If right now you are not washing your hands, you need to be washing your hands all of the time. And you need to get the chemical concoction pumping through your veins. I want to pump you up with the chemical concoction. It is inevitable in order to keep the boogeyman away. If you want to keep the boogeyman away, then you need to get the chemical concoction pumping through your system 24/7. I want to give you a chemical concoction. Please take the chemical concoction. I want to pump you up with the chemical concoction. It is of the utmost importance to me and to everyone in the society that you take the chemical concoction, or else you will not be able to get down. Get down right now with me in the town, and you get down. Look out below, get down. The chemical concoction in California. All right. I think I mixed it all in there, all the Arnold stuff. Someone said, get to the, oh, I missed the chopper. Get to the chopper right now. That is where you need to go. You need to get to the chopper right now. The chopper is another name for a helicopter. I'd say chopper instead of helicopter. Then people ask me, why do you say chopper instead of helicopter? It is because it sounds much cooler to say. After all these years, he still has that real thick accent. Hi. And then that's why I wash my hands. You got to wash your hands all the time. All the time, constantly, you wash your hands if you want to overcome all the little particles in the bacteria. All right. Sometimes I can't stop once I get started. Rose Bellman says, is Arnold still with his maid? I don't know what his situation is, really. I don't keep up with his personal life, but that was a funny situation where Arnold knocked up his maid while he was married. Oh, another one I forgot, the Tuma. It's not the Tuma. I know I've seen the Tuma before. That's how I know it's not the Tuma. So please do not ask me if it is a Tuma. Everywhere I go, people ask me if I have a Tuma. No,
The reason I know that I don't have a tumor is because I wash my hands all of the time, and I got the chemical concoction, and it protects you from the tumor.
All right. He's like a total kindergarten cop remake now. So it started as Will Smith, Chris Rock reenactment, and now we're into the kindergarten cop remake. Oh yeah, some of you guys over on the East Coast, I know it's getting late for you guys. So I appreciate you guys hanging out here over on the East Coast or wherever you are. It is getting a little late. We're having a little bit of fun here, goofing off. Usually at this point of the show, towards the end of my streams is when I just start goofing off and doing voices and whatnot. Usually it's the meat and potatoes of the stream at the beginning. So the beginning of my streams is usually where I talk about the main issue. And then by the end, it turns into me just doing random imitations and shit that people come up with in the comment section. And really, I enjoy it because it actually is a way for me to have this creative comedic outlet that other comedians don't really tamper with. So you don't really see other comedians taking these examples from their chat and trying to create comedy spontaneous. You know why? It's because it's hard. And there are certain times where it's going to fail. So there are certain times where my bits don't work. And then there are certain times where they work better than expected. And we end up with pieces of gold. And so sometimes I go back and I watch my streams and there's like parts where I'm like, wish I could cut that whole section out. And then I find these other gems where I'm like, that little 5-minute section right there is fucking awesome. So you guys, with your ideas, allow me to explore some of these creative outlets. And so I want to thank you guys for helping me come up with a lot of this stuff tonight. Yeah, thank you guys. Some of you guys have better ideas than me in the moment. Sometimes you guys are the ones who come up with the funny material, and I am just the human being giving you what you want to see. All right, yeah, we'll wrap it up here soon. We're just screwing around for a little while longer, and then we'll probably wrap it up here pretty quick. Faith says, I've been up since 5 a.m. Yeah. You know, it can depend for some people how many hours of sleep you need and what type of schedule you have. I've noticed as being a YouTuber and owning my own business, I can kind of sleep whenever, including naps. So there's times of the day where I'll eat like a big meal, smoke too much, and then be like, I'm just going to take a nap for a while. And then I'll wake up later and then be up for another 12 hours. And then suddenly I'll be like, shit, now it's 5, 6 a.m. And now I feel like maybe I should go back to sleep again. So I've had times here being a YouTuber where my sleep cycle gets just thrown completely out of whack. So sometimes it's all just relative. Like, do you really need to sleep every single night 8 hours, or can you just break it up and just sleep a few hours here and there whenever you feel like you need it? So I was looking at sleeping like rather than like oh, it's something that you have to do at these set times. It's like once you don't have a regular job where you're confined by time or anything, you can just pick and choose whenever the hell you feel like sleeping for however long. And I've tampered with all of it. I've tampered with sleeping just a little bit to try to get more done. And I've slept in all day, like, screw it. I don't have a regular job. I'm going to sleep in all day. And then I feel guilty. So even though I don't have anyone to keep track of me or fire me or whatever, if I just feel like sleeping in all day, I can. But then it's like I'll feel guilty against myself for not doing something with that time. I'll be like, that's time I could have been doing this, that, or the other. So even when you try to sleep in and enjoy the freedom of sleeping in, there's still that little piece in the back of my mind like, oh, you could be practicing bass. You could be learning something new on the computer. You could be doing this. Like, shut up. I'm trying to sleep in and be lazy. All right. I've got a request for a song before we end tonight. Jonna X says, could you play us a song before you leave tonight? Oh, I reckon we could make that happen. Reckon we could make a song happen. All right. All right. Now the question is, what do we want to play before we get on out of here? See if I can lay down a proper beat here. That's what happens when you forget that you were playing Chinese Mexican music just beforehand. All right. Hold on. Anybody got any requests that I might know off the top of my head? So Rose Bellman says Mexican music. I wake and wake up in the morning and I'm off to class. I gotta hit the highway and I'm speeding, y'all, hauling some ass, stuck in the parking lot. But I can't find a spot. I'm parking in the handicap and hope I don't get caught. Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit on the funky green? Your sativa's really nice and damn that indica looks mean. It's almost harvest time. Hope no one drops a dime. The DEA be taking yours. They ain't taking mine. Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit on the funky green? Your sativa's really nice and damn that indica looks mean. It's almost harvest time. Hope no one drops a dime. The DEA be taking yours, but they ain't taking mine. Come on now, everybody. So can I get the last hit? Can I get the last? With nonverbal communication, I use symbolic logic and I flip off the nation. My pothead homies blazing up to this song, converting soapy bottles into soapy bombs. Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit? All right. Whew. There we go. Thank you, everyone, for watching tonight. All right. Hope everybody had a fun time tonight. Pretty tired now. Going to go ahead and shut it down. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you to the mods and everyone for showing up and cutting it up with me. Until next time, this is the one and only Jake the Asshole. And once more, I love you guys and I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care. Have a lovely evening, morning, afternoon, or wherever the hell or what you do.